Hello and welcome to the Food for Thought podcast with myself, Luke Gall, and my good friend, Lucy Miller.
Hello, everyone.
So the basic idea of this podcast is me and Lucy have realised that we share a weird behaviour around the discussion of food, particularly fast food for some reason. I think because we both diet not particularly well.
There's just a lot to say.
And being based in the city centre.
Yeah.
And there's an awful lot of fast food chains.
Northumberland Street, that's what's there.
It's a killer.
Yeah.
It really is a killer. I remember the first year at university where I put on like 2 stones when I came in and realised there was a Subway within walking distance.
And then just lost it all, though.
I had to. It's so incredibly annoying being at a net zero for that entire year.
Yeah.
Knowing that I spent the entire summer just running.
Yeah.
And ended up back where I started.
Fair
but anyway,
news.
enough of that. So what me and Lucy Miller are going to do over the course of these multiple podcasts is we're going to buy fast food.
Yes.
Buy what we'd normally buy within reason.
Yeah.
Make sure that we don't cross over too much because we want to make things, pretty diverse. And then we're going to talk about them and we're going to rate them and we're going to make sure we try each other's food.
For sure. Luke's sceptical about trying a lot of mine, but
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
I mean, well, maybe not all of them, but this particular
Today
example.
is a killer.
So today we're going to start with the king of sandwiches. Some might say.
Eat fresh.
Some might some might disagree. But I think one of the kings of sandwiches, particularly in the fast food chains, and it's Subway. So Lucy, run me through. Let's get straight off the bat.
Okay.
Run me through your sandwich.
Well, we're looking at a hearty Italian bread, of course, because
Yeah.
it's the best one.
Steady on.
Well, we'll get to that. Tuna, cheese, toasted, because who doesn't toast their Subway? Another discussion. And then olives and lettuce. And the olives is the real point of contention.
Can we
for
point
us,
out
I
that
think.
Lucy Miller accidentally asked for olives before anything else in her sandwich?
I want an olive sandwich, please.
She was so eager to get the olives out there. She actually started with that. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And we might as well point out now, you're a converted veggie.
I am indeed. I'm back.
Back, you say back, but it's been such a long time.
Very long
I don't
time.
believe
6 years.
It's hard to say you're back. I think reborn is a better phrase.
Yeah, rebirth. Love it. Makes it sound so stylish. 21
So
a rebirth. Yeah.
21.
I like
On the
it.
date of 21, right?
On the day, yeah, it was. It was, yeah, amongst
Cold
many
turkey.
other things. That's
Pardon the pun.
yeah, great.
Yeah, moving on swiftly. So I'm going to quickly ask you about, because we should mention that we tried to record the first 10 minutes of this podcast and now we're having to re-say a lot of the things we've already said because
Very sad.
my MacBook just inexplicably crashed.
Rudeness.
Very rude. And the only reason we knew is because we got the
That prayer sound, yeah.
Incredibly
That holy
annoying
apple sound.
Considering I never shut my laptop down, I never hear that noise either. So it only means bad things.
Yes.
You're a converted veggie.
Yes.
But the one thing that really impresses me about you is your ability to completely disregard all of the ethical challenges that may have faced you as a veggie.
Yes. The reason I switched, it was ethical. Because people were like, oh, do you just think cows are really cute? And I was like, no, it's because they ruin the planet. But now, they do. But now, like, it's been so long. I feel like it's okay for me to just have a little bit now. Also, I don't care as much anymore. I just don't.
So you think it began as an ethical thing?
Yeah, and then it
slowly but surely.
It just became myself telling me that I should be veggie because I'm veggie. And I realised that me telling myself to do that wasn't a reason to keep going. Like, I don't know. It was more of a personal challenge than anything else. And I was like, no, this is boring.
So then on the turn of 21...
I was like, bring on the beef. And it was brought. On it was brought. It was doth brought on.
And you did tell me that your favourite current meat is what I like to say. It's your adrenaline rush.
The danger meat.
It's the danger meat. It's
Not like Munchie's chicken. Because I've been there. It was a mistake.
Oh, okay.
But that did make me poorly. But the real winner is rare beef.
So rare that it's a genuine toss-up as to whether or not it's edible.
Okay to me, yeah. I will cook it only to the point that it is safe. Past that, it's overdone.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Me neither. I overcooked a burger the other day and I was devastated.
Yeah, but did you overcook the burger though? Did you actually cook it correctly?
It was still bloody, but it was done.
It's not overcooked.
No, but it was done all the way through, and to me, that's overdone.
Unbelievable.
Cannot.
We're so made to do this. We have such divided opinions on such basic things.
Such contention.
So I'm going to walk you through my sandwich now.
Oh, do yes.
Because it feels like hours ago that we walked through your sandwich.
Yeah, there was
so we should
a roller coaster
quickly
ride.
recap: hot Italian, tuna.
Yep.
Normal cheese.
Yes. Not grated.
We're not going to double up for the sake of this podcast because I think that it's a whole other discussion in itself.
Don't have room for it, mate.
And it's also exactly.
Yeah.
That's also a reflection of how hungry you are,
yes.
and not the actual quality of the food,
Agreed.
which we're going to try to stick to as much as possible. So yeah, hot Italian, tuna, cheese, toasted, lettuce, olives.
Yes.
Bam.
Boom.
And your crisps of choice.
Crisp of choice today: salt and vinegar. Don't usually go for it. Too salty, but you know.
I'm going to get to the issues with my choice of crisps soon. And your beverage was Pepsi.
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max, which, as I said in the shop, is ironic because it's anything but maximised.
It's minimum. Pepsi Min.
It is possibly the worst tasting Pepsi I think I've ever had. But let's move on quickly because this is not important.
That's fair.
My sandwich is Italian herbs and cheese. Chicken breast, which sounds like a boring sandwich. I'm gonna let you have that one. So far, it's pretty bland, pretty vanilla. And then we put on the peppered cheese. I'm a big fan of peppered cheese.
See, I didn't spot that you'd gone for pepper.
No, I
That's
always do that.
unusual to me. Okay. I didn't think you were that guy.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
And then toasted.
Yeah.
Lettuce, red onions,
Ooh.
pepper.
Red onion and pepper is weird.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Red onion, pepper, and sweet onion sauce. Did you get any sauce?
Yeah, I got sweet onion.
Sorry, we didn't mention that. Okay.
That's where we meet back in the middle.
Good. I'm glad. And my crisp of choice was cheese and onion, Walkers. You got salt and vinegar Walkers. Mm-hmm. And my drink of choice was Tango Apple, which I think undercutting an entire podcast is the incredible choice of Tango Apple.
I'm not going to lie, I only got the Pepsi because you got the Tango, and I felt we couldn't both have Tango.
And you also did that about the crisps.
I did.
You were
I
going to
wanted
get cheese and onion
onion.
Walkers. Now is the time probably to quickly mention the crisp issue.
Yeah.
My crisp of choice under any circumstances, I don't care if I'm having ice cream.
Okay.
My crisp of choice is Doritos Chili Heatwave.
Now, that is bizarre. Because of all the crisps in the world, Dorito Chili Heatwave is not the...
I actually think it might be.
Why?
I think it might be, apart from the luxury crisps, some might say, the more, you know what I mean, the more high-end crisp.
A kettle chip.
A kettle chip, for example. Or even more high-end, maybe one that we can't even name, but something that would be incredibly expensive at a supermarket, for example. Even, let's go as low as, like, Tesco's Finest, that layer. Below that, below the trying to be fancy...
Okay, so we're below pretension.
Yes,
okay.
Completely.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best crisp. Above all Walkers.
No, because you're getting into the realms of, like, Pringle. Like, because Pringle's not really a crisp, it's its own thing. It's a potato snack.
Overpriced.
No, you can get them for, like, £1. New contender in the game, though. Walker's rip-off Pringles. Called, like, Stacks. Stackers.
Yeah. Are they not overpriced as well, though, just because they're Walkers?
No, they're £1 because they're new. Paprika flavoured those, incredible. Took them to Love Supreme and people were like, what are those? And I was like, try it.
I wasn't ready for paprika. Threw me off.
Oh, that brings me to my favourite crisp is, you know when you go on holiday and instead of like anything else they have Ruffles? Like Lay's Ruffles or something. Paprika of those, incredible.
You're taking me to places I've never been before.
Holiday crisp, yes please.
Yeah, incredible. So, we're going to have a brief break.
Yes.
Because we need to actually eat
it is going
some of
cold.
the sandwich. We did because of the intense MacBook crash, we did decide to dig in briefly.
Yeah.
But we're still not even 3 inches in.
There's only so long you can look at a Subway before you do
It's also getting colder by the minute as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and move away from camera and we will... Camera? From mic.
This is not being
filmed.
This
is not being filmed for a very good reason. And maybe we'll cut this out. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We're doing this very much on the fly at first. This is episode 1 after all.
We're learning.
And then we're going to try and eat this. I'm going to leave it running in case anything good happens. And then we're going to cut back in with some hard facts.
Yes.
Yeah?
Sexy facts.
Steady on. So I would say off the bat, as much as I do worship this sandwich, I think it's incredible. It's very messy by nature.
Yeah.
And there's not even that many salad elements in this.
There's a lot of fallout.
But there's a lot of things that have the ability to escape very easily. There's not, everything's in small pieces. So if anything reaches the edge, it's going to tip over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no large salad elements to this. Little bits of pepper, little bits of onion. They all want to... And what's your big beef with... so many meat puns. What's your big beef with pepper and onion?
Pepper and onion, because you've got one thing that's there for the texture, but then next to it being the red onion, same texture, but so full of flavour, so why do you need both?
I don't think they're similar.
No, they're not.
Maybe by design, but not flavour.
Pepper doesn't taste of anything. So it's there for textural purposes.
What if you want double crunch? Then the pepper's the perfect candidate for that because it doesn't give you too much flavour.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? If you want the flavour from the red onion, I mean, you've got no choice. You're going to get the flavour from the red onion.
Interesting, though,
but the pepper adds the crunch without the flavour. Subtle flavour, though. It's not flavourless.
You went for red onion in itself, but sweet onion sauce. What does that mean? What are those two things together?
It means I'm a sucker for onion.
Do you get neutral onion? Because you get spice, you get like hot onion and sweet onion. So do they just cancel each other out?
Red onion's not hot.
What is red onion, like bitter? Salty?
Do I have a bit of red onion?
Yeah, and what live taste? Because I have had red onion just to.
I really want to know what you think, just off the bat.
Yeah, it's like spicy.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I'd describe that flavour. It's like
See, then that flavour sounds fresh to me.
No, but it's got like a kick, like maybe if you did a punch action, like like a,
Interesting. Like fierce.
Yes.
I like that though.
Thank you.
Remember, in the context of my sandwich, I think it's a good choice because you've only got chicken breast going for it at the moment.
That's true. It needs.
You need a kick of flavour. What I used to get was the chipotle mayo as well. Apologies to anyone if I'm saying chipotle completely incorrectly. But
do they still sell that?
No, but all it was chicken breast with chipotle sauce on pre-oven.
Right.
So that's all it was. So you can still almost directly replicate it, but just by having to get the chipotle afterwards. Oh. So you can still just get it. It kind of peed me off a little bit that they pretended it was a new sandwich when really it was a sauce that already existed on top of a very basic chicken breast sandwich.
It was a differently
made sandwich. They simply toasted it. That was the difference. They simply toasted it.
We got you, Subway. We figured you out. We know your game.
But what I would say is this is... Because I've got to try and bring this sandwich up to you as well, because as we haven't mentioned yet, me and Lucy Miller are going to swap. So we're going to have 6 inches of 2 different sandwiches. One of us being our own, one of us being the other one. Maybe we swap some crisps as well, maybe.
Sandwich polygamy is what we'll call this section.
Apparently. That may not stick.
Oh, no, that's fair. It's not that catchy.
But what I would say about this sandwich is that it's got a lot of flavours at once.
Right.
However, a lot of the flavours I would class as bland or mild, which means that you're going to get a lot of onion in this, so be ready for a lot of onion.
Because what's different between our sandwiches mainly is that the flavours in my sandwich, excluding the sweet onion sauce, are all the same. Olives taste like salt. Tuna tastes like salt. Subway, the bread, tastes like salt.
Interesting, the bread. So let's bring up the Quiznos thing here. Because me and you have got many strong opinions on Quiznos. I've only been twice, I think, to Quiznos.
I've only been once because after the experience with you, I was like, they've got nothing else to offer me.
Interesting. What was so bad about it for you?
Well, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't right.
It was nothing.
Because once you've eaten Subway and then you eat Quiznos, you don't feel the need to then eat another Quiznos.
Interesting. However, I'm a big fan of the bread at Quiznos.
Yes,
I may not stand for that opinion entirely.
Okay.
I think as a full package, you would not go back.
No.
But I do like their bread.
We said at the time they're not ticking enough of the boxes to draw you back.
Especially where we're located.
Yes,
you're
across the street.
Within a stone's throw of a Subway.
Yeah.
It's a really badly located Quiznos if they're trying to do what they should be doing, which is avoid Subway at all costs.
Exactly.
Because they're not going to win, I don't think.
No, I agree. They have the addition of soup, but you had the soup and said it was bad.
The soup I had was really not very good.
Yeah, I tried it. It was like tomatoey water.
That is exactly how I would describe it as well.
Yeah. So the Quiznos do have the upper hand, though. When you bite into their ingredients, you're like, this is a real food. When you have Subway lettuce, you're not sure.
And this is the opinion I have about a lot of fast food places.
Yeah.
Is that they have like, you know when they have like a smell?
Ooh, yeah.
Like there's a McDonald's smell.
Yeah, and the food tastes like the
KFC
smell.
And no matter what you get, it's that smell.
Mm.
Don't want to burp on the microphone.
Fair.
But yeah, and like if I get a KFC, I could get two completely contrasting meals, and if I eat it in my car 20 minutes after I've had it, I could go back to my car and it will smell the same.
Yeah.
And Subway always smells the same.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the Subway bread all smells the same.
Mm.
The smell of the restaurant itself pretty much always seems to smell very much the same.
But I think if you held your sandwich up to your nose and your sandwich, they wouldn't smell the same, despite being different breads.
But it's interesting because there's different dimensions of smell.
Right.
Because I think like you've got the
taste trigger,
the primary smell, which is the one I'm talking about, which is the one that under all circumstances can be smelled. Which is like the one we're talking about, the fast food smell, where a Mackey's always smells like a Mackey's, and a Subway always smells like a Subway.
The blanket smell.
Then the secondary smells are the ones where if you try harder, you will smell a distinction between sandwiches.
Yes. So when our sandwiches were wrapped up, same smell.
Completely.
Yeah. But now, I don't know what realm we're in. I really want you to try my sandwich. I think
it's time.
Yeah,
if that's all right.
Tuck in.
I have 6 inches left. I think I'm going to get the larger half as well, which you're more than welcome to. I'm quite full.
I know you're not going to like my sandwich, so it won't be a permanent swap. I'm not going to make you eat 6 inches of this sandwich.
You never know, I might.
I'll have kittens if you like this.
Okay. Well, we're going to do a quick switcheroo.
Yes.
Pardon the rustling, because we have no plates. We are in a music studios with the wrappers underneath our sandwiches still. So I'm going to grab Miller's sandwich. God, I miss Hearty Italian, actually.
I'm going to smell the bread first. Is that okay?
I really go for it. I really miss Hearty Italian.
See, now the
moment
bread...
I've moved from Herbs and Cheese back to your sandwich on Hearty Italian, just the bread feels so good.
Yeah, this smells
nice, though. I'm not looking forward to the filling, though.
You go first. I'm a bit nervous.
I mean, I'm not going to gag.
Oh, no.
I mean, maybe I will.
Oh, I hope not.
Okay. Going for it.
Okay. He's recoiled. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I will say, safe tuna.
Yes.
Like safe.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive tuna fan.
Me neither.
But it's not strong enough or particularly divisive enough a taste.
There's no agenda.
No. They're not trying to half the room here.
No.
They're going for everyone with this. As you'd expect from a fast food chain, they're going for everyone.
They want the generic tuna taste.
And I think it's fine. I could live with that sandwich.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Even with the olives? Did you taste the olives?
Now, I knew I had an olive because one of the reasons I was nervous going in is because I actually could see an olive I was about to consume.
Looking you in the eye.
But apart from that, I'm surprised. What I am surprised with is how little I can taste the sweet onion, despite the fact that in my sandwich it's so strong.
Yeah. A little bit of your sandwich just exploded.
Sorry, it's pepper. I'd expect it. You regularly get escaping peppers from my sandwich. I'm going to go for one more bite.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to go?
Shall I do it?
I'll tell you go first, because I've already had a bite. You go for my sandwich.
All right. It's falling to bits.
Yeah, I've got cutlery if you want it, because I actually buy cutlery. I grab cutlery on the way out deliberately.
Luke also gets a flatbread sometimes, which is a whole other issue in itself.
Again, apologies for the rustling if you can hear it, but I'm going to just open this cutlery. There you go. Not a fan of the facial expressions so far from Lucy Miller. It's not going well. I should mention that I did explain to her upon buying this that I was a bit worried about trying to dignify this sandwich on a podcast. So I'm a little bit scared that she's about to make me dignify it.
First reaction, too crunchy.
Okay.
Like,
interesting.
Because mine is probably the softest sandwich you could buy. Because tuna's just mush.
I mean, it's a cuddle in a bun.
Innit? That's a cloud.
Some would say too much.
Yeah, maybe. But this, very crunchy. And I think you put more sauce on yours, you know. He did like one dignified line on mine.
Maybe, but I also definitely think that's a reflection of what I was just saying about how the nature of my ingredients are so much more basic and bland, maybe.
Yeah,
that when you put something quite powerful like sweet onion in, it really does take over, especially with the red onion.
Yeah.
Like, the whole visceral experience of it. If you take a bite, you get the sweet onion coats the tongue. So you get the sweet onion immediately, but also it's then every time you bite into our red onion, it's like giving you a boost mid-bite of onion. So it coats your tongue and you get used to the taste of sweet onion on your tongue, but then every time you have a red onion, it's like a booster of onion.
Yeah.
So if you're not a big onion guy, obviously you're going to really not like this sandwich.
It's... The one thing I will say, actually, as well, is that you can taste the difference in bread. Like, I can taste the Italian herbs and spices.
I'm gonna have another bite and I'm gonna try and look out for the bread.
Okay, I'll do the same.
Because the texture of hearty Italian is so distinctive that you can obviously feel the difference in the texture. Yeah. Particularly when you're holding it, which is shouldn't really count, but when you hold hearty Italian, it's got that grip to it because of the bread. You know what I mean? It's like friction.
It's like corrugated for extra grip.
What I would say, which is a big bonus for me, is just how little I can taste any olive.
Yeah,
or texture of an olive, anything at all.
I think it's mainly a reflection on the quality of the olives. Not to be rude about Subway.
Thank you, Subway, for the terrible olives. Because I'm really happy about that, because I really don't like them at all.
They're so far away from being normal olives that you like them. Maybe not like, but...
Just to me, they've been rendered completely neutral. Like, they literally have no significance in the sandwich to me at this point.
Yeah, I understand.
The overpowering taste of the tuna
has got it.
And then anything that the tuna doesn't take over in the mouth is being undercut by the sweet onion.
Yeah, bottom layer.
So you really are talking about the olive being purely for textural purposes. And I'm still struggling to feel it in, as you said, the cloud of tuna.
The tuna cloud.
The crazy softness of the tuna sandwich. I can't get it.
What I was thinking about before that I wanted to talk about was our worst Subway experiences, because I think each of ours was the same one when we went together that time.
I really want you to tell this story, because you're so passionate about this story.
I am, right. When you go to Subway, even as you walk in, the premise of the shop is quite clear. There's a sign that tells you, and you can either design your own sandwich or you can pick one from the board. Now, the woman in front of us clearly chose the first option. She was going in fresh.
Although we should say that maybe one thing you can stick up for. She clearly must have been a first timer.
Definitely, but it's not that hard.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But it can be a little daunting at first, though, Subway.
The woman guides you through it. She asks you at every stage, what bread would you like? And first hurdle, the woman fell down straight away.
So what did you do again? I can't remember.
No, she looked at the board and she was like, what? She was looking at the sign and the woman was like, what bread would you like? And she was like, what breads have you got? And the woman just looked at her and was like, there's just a little sign there on the window of the checkout thing. So she looked and this delayed, because we knew what we want. We're Subway pros.
We were stuck behind her for an awfully long time as well.
Yeah. So she explained her order and there was a communication issue. And then she got to cheese. Now, she panicked when faced with normal or grated. She didn't know what to do.
We need to make a note we need to talk about grated cheese as well.
Yes.
But move on. Sorry. Yes.
So she looked at them for a while and went for grated. Who spontaneously goes for grated?
That is one of the most... the roguest of... I know roguest won't be a word, but the most rogue choice.
I remember doing a little laugh.
We're horrible people. That's so smug.
It wasn't mocking, but it was just the surprise of it got me.
Yeah, it was like you didn't know what noise to make, but you had to make one.
In it. She went for chicken and cheese in the end. Safe bet. No sauce. Then she was out of there. She struggled with the drink as well. I remember she really struggled with the drink.
So conservative.
Yeah. Why go to Subway if you're going to play it safe?
Do you know what it is? I feel bad for her because I think probably on the way in she was feeling nervous as well. You know what I mean?
She approached it with
it's
anticipation.
Like when you see like a child playing a musical instrument or something and like they're not used to like having to perform in front of anyone before. And then like someone else comes and watches. and then they just melt.
Yeah,
but you know they're capable of making human choices.
She can make decisions.
She can make decisions. She made the decision to go to Subway, and that must have been a scary decision for her as well, because she was clearly not ready.
But she obviously didn't know the premise, so she was going in blind.
It's just silly.
Either way, that lady will never hear this podcast, but shout out, hope the next experience was better, because you were really struggling on that one.
What are the odds that she never went back? Like 4 to 1. I think they're pretty high.
For life.
I think they're pretty high that she never went back.
Agreed.
Or at least to this point, which is, it's only been a short history.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe just over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she might not have been back since.
You can't eat it too much.
No. Well, I mean, I did in the first year, which is exactly what I was talking about.
As we have learned from first hand.
My God, that was a bad year.
A dark time.
It's like, wow, I need a new belt. It was rough. It was a rough first year for me. Anyway, enough about my personal problems. As someone who's always been challenged with trying to stay in a healthy way, this podcast is going to be really interesting for me. It's going to be like therapy.
And I don't eat, like, as much as it sounds like we do, given the preface to this podcast, I don't eat that much fast food.
No. And I used to when I was younger. And now I do less.
But I never eat it now.
Yeah. I've
never had KFC. So that'll be a good one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I was going to eat it the other week, but you said it was too greasy for the daytime. You're like, it's a hungover food.
Can we keep the divisive opinions about KFC out of this podcast, please?
No disrespect to Colonel Sanders and his... It is Colonel Sanders, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, no disrespect to your history and legacy.
He's definitely not listening, don't worry.
He's dead, mate.
The one thing we can definitely get away with in this podcast is saying whatever we want about any of these companies.
They will never hear it.
Ever going to hear this podcast. Right, let's get on to the meat and potatoes then.
Do it.
Too many food puns. I'm not even trying.
Yeah, that one was particularly like.
It sounds like it was forced.
Nail on the head.
It sounded forced, I think, now in context. Like it sounds like I've written down on my hand
a list of puns.
A list of food-based puns that I can throw in there.
Food segues.
I promise I'm not. Maybe I'm just learning how many food-based.
There are loads.
Turns of phrase are actually in everyday language.
Do you know your onions? There's another one.
Steady on.
Sorry.
Anyway. Are we going to do a rating system? Like I said, first episode, this is all on the fly.
Yeah, we should set it, because I think we'll need to when we eat other things.
Okay, so let's go with... I think we should start with the stuff that doesn't relate to the product. Just get that out of the way.
Yeah, okay.
So, we're looking at the shop itself.
Yeah.
So, how specific do we want to get? Are we just talking about customer service?
Yeah,
that's definitely going to be one of them. I just don't know how much more specific we get than customer service.
Well, do you remember that time we had that lady who would like listen to what you'd said and then think about it and then ask you again? Do you remember that?
It's ingrained in my memory. That
because you were texting me at the time and you were like, "No, she's not got it."
No,
I think there was a busy day for her. But there's also that man who served us today who works in the Union one and the one past Thingy and that one. So I've seen him in 3 different Subways. He's very jolly.
He is, but with all due respect to him, I don't know if I've had a particularly well-made sub from him yet. And he's not atrocious, but I would say that the fact he works in 3 different Subways is not a reflection on his quality.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, because I
think he's good?
I think he's in a managerial position.
Whoa. Whoa, breaking news on the podcast.
Because
what?
Because I think... One, they're moving him about, clearly to settle some scores.
Maybe they just can't afford to have him in one place for too long because he must... I'm going to say no more. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
Sorry. Oh. It's my natural pessimism. It'll come out a lot on these podcasts.
I was like, he must be amazing at his job.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Maybe he's turned into an incredible employee now. He's clearly got the jolliness to
he's very
to push himself through, but
he is.
In terms of the actual output, I haven't seen anything incredible from him yet.
We're still waiting.
At least not enough for him to merit working at 3 different Subways. They are, however, all nearby.
Yeah.
I have got a friend that works in different Greggs.
Really?
Yeah, like just because they sometimes just cover each other's
different
shops
shifts.
And stuff like that.
Nice.
So
working at Greggs is a whole other thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe we need to do a Greggs one.
Yeah, because I can eat the meat there now.
Greggs. Yeah, you're gonna say that about every one.
KFC, I can eat the meat there now.
You can eat the meat, we know. Jeez, Lucy, we know you're not veggie.
It's still a novelty.
Yeah, I know. Right, pass me my sandwich back.
Yeah, you can
have yours back.
This crunchy
I'm gonna finish
sensation.
my actual sandwich off.
There you go.
So what do you think about this sandwich then? Final thoughts about the sandwich that I got.
I liked the couple of bites that I had, but I wouldn't write home about it.
Better or worse than yours?
Too crunchy, worse than mine.
I couldn't disagree more. I think you're definitely stuck in your vegetarian ways at Subway. It's time for you to at least start discovering a new world where you're not living veggie. And Subway is still... Like, clearly, if you'd never been a vegetarian, you would not have started off Subway getting tuna sandwiches. So I think you're still stuck in your ways with tuna, which is fine because it's a good sandwich.
It's a fish. It's a gateway meat.
It's a new phrase. It is, but it was always acceptable for you, at least, during vegetarianism.
I never minded the tuna. It always was all right with me.
Wow. I went for a big bite there.
You did, that was a lot.
One thing that this podcast is making me learn is how long I have to chew for.
Yeah, I'm very conscious of any noise being made at all. That's why I've not eaten any crisps.
Yeah, I feel a bit... Every time I look at a crisp, I'm like...
Because that one looks particularly puffy.
Oh, that looks like a great one. Can you have it?
Yeah, do you know which one I mean?
Yeah, now that you've made a deal about it, can you eat it?
Yeah.
It's
like...
air?
Oh, it's got an air pocket.
Give us your best crunch.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good crunch. Mm-hmm. My God. That was like something you hear on a Walker's advert.
Yeah, Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker, honestly, eat your heart out. Like, that was nothing.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
I've not got the ears, but I'm coming for you.
I don't think the ears are a necessary part of being employed by Walkers.
Gary, we're going to take you based on the premise that you keep the ears. But I can't take them off. No, keep them.
Okay, I shall. I will. So we're not going to run for much longer. Should we edit in? Should we get rid of the gap and we'll just do our ratings quickly?
Can do sandwich ratings? Out of 10.
So yeah, let's pause briefly to discuss rating systems.
Okay.
And then we'll do them.
Yeah.
And then we'll conclude with the ratings that we
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Post edit. So we've given our independent ratings. Did you decide bread for just your sandwich, or did you include my sandwich in your bread?
I did think about your bread.
Good, me too. Just checking. We probably should have clarified that with ourselves, but it doesn't matter. We've done it.
Same page.
So, here's my ratings.
Okay.
Lucy hasn't seen these.
I've not.
Somehow. We used the same piece of paper, but we did actually genuinely manage to avoid each
other's. Because I didn't want
to
see them. I wanted it to be fresh.
It's good. Eat fresh.
Exactly.
Customer service. 6. Let me tell you why.
And I'll tell you for why.
I think it was fine.
Yeah.
But as much as I understand the jolliness of that man, he does creep me out a little bit. And I don't think I'm on my own there. Maybe because you're such an optimist, apparently, as we've learned in this podcast.
He's taken a beating from you today.
No, there's nothing wrong with him, but I wouldn't want to go for a drink with him.
No, I agree.
You wouldn't, would you?
No,
He's
sorry.
a little bit of a strange one. And we didn't even get served by him, but because in the past I have been, I know what it...
I've been.
I know what he's like. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is just the stuff we talked about straight away on the way out. We didn't get a bag.
I've never had that before.
So can we just point out what we bought quickly? We both got exactly the same amount of food. We got a foot-long Subway, a bag of crisps, and a drink. And I got cutlery as well, which, to be fair, it's not their job to factor that in, but even without the cutlery, it's still a significant amount of food.
Of course.
We got no bag. We didn't get offered a bag. We could have asked for one. I understand that. And it's not like, as we said at the start of this podcast, it's not like we're going to be writing to Subway about this. We're not that bothered.
No, I'm not that guy.
But if we're going to give a rating, we've got to take that into account. Like,
yeah.
And like I said as well, they didn't ask, like I said on the way back to here from Subway, they didn't ask if we were eating in or out.
And that is important.
Well, the reason why it's important is because I would have given them the benefit of the doubt. I would have maybe said, oh, he didn't give us a bag because he thought we were eating in. But it's his job to know whether I'm eating in or not to give me a bag. So I didn't get a bag, so me and Lucy both carried our food a little bit awkwardly.
Bag as well, extra layer of insulation. Can keep your food a bit warmer. So really, we left with a colder, more cumbersome sandwich.
Great point. Very good point. So I wasn't a fan of that either.
No.
Was there anything else? I don't think so. I've never gotten over how long it takes sometimes.
The guy was a bit slow.
Yeah, maybe it was him, because it's been a while since I had a Subway.
Same. Maybe I'm just impatient.
No, but I think that was quite a long time.
He struggled with my tuna, like spreading it.
Yeah, that poor woman behind us who basically arrived like 30 seconds after we did.
Yeah, maybe not even that.
She was waiting a while because he did ours together, understanding that we were together, which I agree is probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it took so long for him to just do our 2 sandwiches.
God, he made, like, another pun, but he made a meal of it.
Yeah, he did. He really did. So I think that's enough reasons for me to say 6 out of 10. Okay?
Justified.
Sorry, we won't talk about each rating that long.
No.
But I think that's an important one, actually.
There was a lot to say.
Bread. 7.
Yes.
I included Lucy's bread in that. I would have given it an 8, I think, if all breads were as good as Hearty Italian.
Yes, but they're not.
This podcast has made me realise how good Hearty Italian is. I might have to go back to it.
It's the one.
It's
doesn't
superior.
distract from the taste of your own sandwich.
It's just superior in every way. Like, it secures the sandwich, I think, a little bit better than the herbs and cheese, even though the basic anatomy of the breads, I can't really see much of a difference.
No, that's the thing. You can't, when you look at them, you can't tell. It just looks like identical bread. But when you're eating it, very different.
And just for the record, I'm actually on the flatbread bandwagon. Like, I'm a big fan of the flatbreads.
Something I can't agree with.
But I also understand how divisive a bread that is.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk too much about that.
It makes a statement.
It's also why I didn't get it. Because I'd go between getting flatbread and I could have got it today, but I didn't want to, we're not here to cause controversy.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want anyone to think that everything we say has absolutely no legitimacy to it whatsoever, which it probably would if I got a flatbread. I think my sandwich tested how much dignity I have in the first place.
Yeah.
People are going to disagree with that sandwich, I think. But anyway, it's bread, 7 out of 10. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Bevs.
Choice of bevs.
I think it's not bad. I think that the bevs they've got are good.
It's niche choices though, Tango.
I think it's a great choice though.
I
live
love
by
it,
Tango.
But it's a strange one to have on the old machine.
But that machine's basically what Pizza Hut have got, right?
Yeah, and Burger King.
Yeah. So
Burger King nail it because they have every drink under the sun.
So they've got the same machine but more drinks.
Yeah, you know, like in Five Guys where you can get every flavour of Coke that exists.
Yes, they've got like the vanillas.
They have one of those.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So the reason why I'm giving Bevs a 6 out of 10 is because I do rate a lot of their drink choices. First of all, anyone who puts Tango on a drinks machine for me is an immediate winner.
Onto a winner.
And then maybe if they do other things, I have to rate them down for it, but they're starting well with Tangos.
Zapatee's to have Iron Brew. Incredible.
I mean, that pushes you above the out of 10.
Yeah.
That may push you up to an 11 out of 10 if you've got Iron Brew.
The fact that I can get an Iron Brew with my meal. Yeah.
And they also serve alcohol, which is incredible.
Yeah,
like,
Desperado.
11 o'clock in the morning, you could get a Zapatista and get a Desperado.
Ugh.
But anyway, so 6 out of 10, because I think they start really well with the Tango. I'm not a big fan of the Pepsis, apart from original Pepsi, but that's just me. I think Pepsi Max, like I said, is ironic because it really lacks any sort of flavour or distinction.
Yeah, no kidding.
Diet Pepsi, very fizzy.
It is fizzy.
Very, very fizzy, and I feel like they're trying to disguise the fact that it's pretty tasteless as it comes.
Yeah, it fills you up, I think, which is the diet aspect.
I like to drink Diet Pepsi with lots of ice because it's already so tasteless. I just want it to be freezing cold.
Yeah, to numb it.
Because if you're just going to have it at normal drinking temperature, which is still obviously chilled, but not like crazy ice cold, you want flavour. Because your mouth can take a serious amount of flavour even at that temperature. Like cold drink can still be full of flavour, but when you put it to like ice cold, you start to lose some flavour regardless, which is fine. But Pepsi has lost that even at normal drinking temperature, so I'm against that. Anyway, quality, 7 out of 10.
Whole sandwich. Nice.
I think our sandwiches were a good quality. I think mine is hard to keep together.
Yeah, the structural integrity of yours is definitely questionable.
But I think that's also just, I think I need to research more into what kind of ingredients I can get away with.
Yeah,
because
you need to experiment.
A lot of my ingredients. Also, I've let myself down getting lettuce because I think I just purely got lettuce out of the fact that everyone gets lettuce.
It's a base salad.
I'm actually not bothered about lettuce. Like, if it wasn't in my sandwich, it would probably help the structural integrity. I can't even say it.
Yeah, because it's shredded, so it just falls out.
Also, if you put it on the bottom, it acts as an ice rink.
Yeah,
for the salads.
With
like,
the
lettuce is very slidey.
It is.
Whereas if you've got rid of that and you've just got the bun on the bottom, a bit more friction. We might have actually solved it. Yeah,
that
might help but apart from that, it's good. 7 out of 10. Overall, similarly, 7 out of 10. Very conservative ratings, but I don't think there was anything that stood out as being incredible or really bad either. So
Subway never blows me away, and I respect that, but it is only a 7.
Yeah. And we should point out as well that Subway is a franchise that is can be very different depending on which Subway you go to. But regardless,
unless you're in Newcastle, you will just get that man.
Yeah, you will get that man at every Subway in Newcastle City Centre. But apart from
more
that,
than one of him.
Yeah. Do you want me to go through yours? You can explain them.
Go for it.
So Lucy Miller's ratings were customer service 7 out of 10. Give me a quick take.
Standard friendly, could have been better. They were a bit slow. That's what I'm going to say.
I feel bad now because
I've
rambled on about all of mine.
No, because we share a similar.
I think
opinions.
I've said a lot for us, haven't I?
We share it.
Bread 8 out of 10.
Because as I don't eat a lot of bread in my life.
Okay.
Because I don't love a sandwich that isn't a Subway sandwich.
Ooh,
so
interesting.
Yeah, like
so you've got an affinity for Subway because you wouldn't really get a sandwich if it wasn't.
I don't make myself sandwiches because they're...
Homemade sandwiches can be very boring.
Exactly.
You've got to work hard sometimes to make a good sandwich.
I've never raved about a homemade sandwich, but that's why... Because I can't get that bread anywhere else. So 8 out of 10. Have it.
Bev's 5 out of 10.
Selection's very poor. If you can't get Coke in 2017, where you're getting your dinner, where are you?
However, it's because it's Pepsi.
I know.
They can't do both. Nowhere does both. That's the thing.
Yeah.
McDonald's has got Coke. KFC's got Pepsi.
Yes.
You can't do both.
Of course, McDonald's don't have Pepsi. I've never noticed.
You can't because...
Because why would you want Pepsi if you've got Coke
It's not that. It's because all of the drinks that we get are normally part of the brand of one or the other.
Yeah, Coke own whoever.
So Coke own Fanta and Sprite,
yeah,
which are part of the same fast food chains that use Coke.
Of course.
And Pepsi, basically, as far as I'm aware, Pepsi are heavily tied up with Tango.
Yes.
And things like that. So that's why you get them together.
I stand strong at a 5.
I still think the basic premise of why you said 5 is completely correct.
Yeah.
Lack of choice.
The choices are fine. I love Tango Apple. Don't always want it, but I do like it.
It's nice for it to be
but
there, though.
The fact that I can't get Coke, no.
Shout out to Lipton's iced tea as well.
Hello.
Which is also...
But I often want a fizz and that's flat.
I agree. But just anywhere that's putting that on their drinks machine, shout out.
Represent him.
It's not quite aim brew, but you're going places.
Yeah.
Quality, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, good sandwich. Fine experience. The thing I struggle with Subway is that it is a lot of food. Like, I've left a lot of that sandwich.
But I think we should point out, we probably would only get a 6-inch sandwich normally.
Yeah,
I would, especially if I was going to get a drink and a crisps.
Exactly, my crisps, there's too many.
Yeah. But for the sake of this podcast, we needed
it was a sharing.
half sandwiches, so we needed really just to get 2 6-inch sandwiches. Yeah. 2 footlongs that could be spread into 6-inch sandwiches.
Mm.
Overall, 6.5. Did you average it out, or did you just pick that number?
I picked 6.5 out of my head because I haven't eaten Subway in a while. I've realised how much I like so many other foods.
Yeah.
Like, I do like Subway, but I also really like other things. So, I like it, but...
I think you've actually It's nearly exactly 6.5 anyway.
Really?
It's not quite. I think it's 26 out of...
Subconscious maths.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I think we can end it there.
We can. If you've made it to the end.
If you made it to the end, well done. We are really going to try and keep these as concise as possible.
Yeah.
I said half an hour to 35 minutes. It looks like, based on what we've done, it's going to be a little bit longer for this one. But it's the introductory podcast. We're getting there. We're learning what we're doing. Next podcast, should we tell them what it's going to be?
I have it written down in my phone, given, the...
Because we created a schedule, right?
The Drunken Spoons situation when we decided
just
what
for the
would
record, Lucy Miller was the only person drunk. I was not drunk.
It's called Luke Food. The subtitle, maybe a pudding and a drink. So we're going to explore puddings, apparently. Next on my list is Five Guys.
Okay.
And we were going to hit Mackie's pretty late on in the running.
Yeah, okay. Let's not tell them any more than that. Okay, so the next one you should expect Five Guys.
Yeah.
I think we'll do it.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
We're both looking at the laptop screen as if that's the person.
It's the audience,
that's all we've got. But yeah, thank you very much for listening if you've made it all the way to the end. This has been Food for Thought. Day. Have a lovely day. What a great way to end. Have a lovely day.
Did you want it at the same time? Day.
That didn't go very well.
Okay.